All right, let's take a look at number 7. Using the figure below, find the values of x and y. So we'll have two answers to this one. All right, there's a couple different ways you could start this problem. The first thing I see, though, is that I have a pair of vertical angles. And like we've already done, we should know that the vertical angles are congruent. So we'll start with saying a 5y minus 1 is equal to 94. And then we'll solve that for y. Add 1 to both sides. So I get 5y equals 95. Divide both sides by 5. And we get y equals 19. So if you wanted to check it, you could plug the 19 in here, and it should equal 94. So there's our first answer. All right, now to figure out what the x is, you should notice that these two angles here, these two angles form a linear pair. And so that means that these two angles will add to 180. So we'll take the 94 plus the 3x plus 2, and those two things will add up to 180. So first we need to combine our like terms on the left hand side. So there's nothing to combine with the x, so it's just 3x, and 94 and 2 makes 96 equals 180. Now minus the 96 from both sides. And we get 3x equals 84. Now divide both sides by 3. And so x is going to equal 28. So if you want to make sure you're right, you take the 28, you plug it in here, and then take your answer plus 94, and it should equal 180. All right, for number 8, suppose S is the midpoint of TV. So let's go ahead and draw a segment. So we'll make this T, we'll make this V, and we'll put S in the middle. And so the one thing we know about a midpoint is that the left-hand side and the right-hand side are going to be the same. And now it tells us that TS is 4x minus 7. So TS from here to here is going to be 4x minus 7. And SV is going to be from here to here, and that's going to equal 5x minus 15. And then find all the pieces, the length of all the pieces. So since S is a midpoint, that means that these two things are going to be equal to each other. So we can go ahead and set them equal and solve. So I'm going to move the smaller one, the 4x. So this goes away, and I'm left with negative 7 equals x minus 15. Now let's move the 15 to the other side. So we do the opposite. We add 15 to both sides. So that goes away. On the right-hand side, we have x. On the left-hand side, now I have a positive 15 and a negative 7, so I have more positive, so my answer is going to be positive. And when the signs are different, we subtract, so 15 minus 7 gives me 8. And so my answer is x equals 8. But remember, the question said find TS, SV, and TV. Well, TS is 4x minus 7. So that's going to be 4 times 8 minus 7, which is 32 minus 7, which equals 25. And then SV is 5x minus 15. So it's 5, and remember x was 8, minus 15. So now we get 40 minus 15, which equals 25. And then TV. Well, we know that this piece is 25 and this piece is 25. So TV is just going to be 25 plus 25, which is 50. So I have three answers to this one. TS is equal to 25. SV is equal to 25. And TV is equal to 50. All right, for number 9, it says which angle forms a linear pair. So remember that a linear pair will be two angles that make a straight line. So it'll be two angles that when put together, they make a straight line with LMV. So angle LMV. So let's go ahead and highlight that first angle, LMV. And so if I start with this angle here, this ray, and I extend it, you'll notice that there's not anything there. So it's not going to be that. But now if I take this one, LM, this side of the angle, and I extend it to make a line. So this will be my first angle, the LMV, and the second angle will be from here to here. So that will be angle VMH, angle VMH. All right, number 10, we're going to start with B is between A and C. So let's go ahead and let's draw a segment with A and C, and we'll put B in between. Now, between doesn't mean in the middle, so I'm going to offset this a little bit and put B here. Then it says C is between B and D, so that means C is between B and D, so we'll extend it and put D here. And the last one, D is between B and E, so D is between B and E. Alright, so the first one says that AE is 34, so that means from here all the way across, we know that the entire thing is 34. And I'm going to actually move that to the end. So we know that this whole thing equals 34. And then it says BD. So from here to here, from here to here is 16. And then it says AB is equal to BC, which is equal to CD. Well, my picture doesn't look like that, but that's okay. So now we'll just put a congruent mark. This is congruent to this, which is congruent to this. Now, why that's important is because if I know this green piece, that from here to here and from here to here they're the same, then I know that each one of these pieces here is 8, because 8 and 8 make 16. Well, also AB would also be 8. And so now I know from here to here is 8, from here to here is 8, and from here to here is 8. The only thing I don't know is DE. So 8 plus 8 plus 8 equals 24. And so that means from A, from here all the way to here is 24. And remember, the yellow, the entire thing was 34, so I just don't know this piece here, this DE. So 24 plus what equals 34? And you can figure that out either by solving an equation for x, or you should just know that 10 plus 24 is 34. So that tells you that this piece here, DE, is 10. Now, we're not done, because the question says find CE. So we found that this here is 10. Now we go back and find from C to E, so 8 plus 10. So CE is going to equal 8 plus 10, or 18.